In the shadowy world of the internet, not every battle is fought with bullets or bombs. Some are fought with bandwidth and keyboards, where smart people can prove who they really are. Among the many digital armies that have emerged over the past few years, one name has echoed across cyberspace. Meet Killnet. Killnet isn't your typical hacker group. They didn't rise from the depths of the dark web chasing profit or personal fame. Instead, they claim to fight for something bigger: patriotism. Born in early 2022, around the time of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Killnet quickly became known as a pro-Russian hacktivist collective whose mission was simple yet powerful: defend Russian interests and punish those who stand against them. To understand Killnet, you first have to understand their mindset. They see themselves not as criminals, but as cyber soldiers. Their weapon of choice isn't a virus or ransomware. It's disruption. Their attacks usually come in the form of DDoS assaults, where thousands of computers flood a target website with traffic, overwhelming it until it collapses. The goal isn't to steal secrets, it's to send a message. Every takedown is a digital statement, a loud, defiant echo saying, "We're here and we're watching." But Killnet's objectives go beyond technology. They thrive on visibility and influence. Every successful attack isn't just about shutting down a site, it's about dominating headlines, shaping online conversations, and projecting power. By attacking high-profile targets like governments and public services, they attract attention, spark fear, and inspire followers. It's cyber warfare blended with social media theater. Unlike traditional hacker groups that hide in silence, Killnet is loud. They broadcast their operations on public Telegram channels, boasting about successful strikes and mocking their targets. Their language is bold, provocative, and nationalistic. Every post a rallying cry for digital warriors who see themselves as defenders of their homeland. This constant stream of propaganda builds their identity, turning Killnet from a group into a movement. Visually, Killnet doesn't rely on fancy logos or hidden symbols. Their brand is their voice, raw, direct, and unapologetic. Their communications often feature flags, soldier imagery, or warlike phrases that amplify their cyber army persona. It's not about looking mysterious, it's about appearing unstoppable. If Killnet had a slogan, it would be something like, "For Russia, against its enemies, we strike online." That message sums up their worldview, one of loyalty, defiance, and retaliation. And retaliate they do. In mid-2022, Lithuania found itself under a digital siege after blocking shipments to Russia's Kaliningrad region. Within days, Killnet unleashed a wave of cyber attacks that crippled Lithuanian government and business websites. Public portals went dark, citizens struggled to access online services, and the hackers proudly announced their victory on Telegram. To them, it was not just an attack, it was revenge, a digital warning to any country that dared to cross Russia. But their reach didn't stop there. Later that year, the group set its sights on the United States. In October 2022, travelers visiting several major US airport websites were suddenly greeted with error messages. The sites had been knocked offline, not for long, but long enough to grab attention worldwide. Killnet claimed responsibility, declaring it a strike against what they saw as an enemy of Russia. Although no flights were delayed and no data stolen, the message was clear: even the world's most powerful nations are vulnerable in cyberspace. These incidents show how Killnet operates, quickly, publicly, and with a clear political tone. Their tools might be simple, but their strategy is smart. By choosing symbolic targets and broadcasting their attacks, they turn every disruption into a story, every headline into propaganda, and every takedown into recruitment fuel. For some, Killnet's actions are nothing more than digital vandalism, noisy and reckless. For others, especially in their community, they represent digital patriots defending their country in a new kind of battlefield. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. What's undeniable is that Killnet has mastered the art of cyber attention, using visibility as both shield and sword. In the end, Killnet's power doesn't come from advanced code or secret access. It comes from perception. They understand that in the modern world, controlling the narrative is as important as controlling the network. Every time their name trends, their message spreads, and that's the victory they're after. Killnet reminds us that cyber warfare isn't just about stealing information or breaking systems. It's about influence, emotion, and identity. They've turned hacking into a performance, one that blurs the lines between activism, propaganda, and crime. And as the digital world grows ever more connected, the stage for these performances only gets bigger. Governments, companies, and individuals all find themselves potential targets in a conflict that doesn't need missiles, just motivation and a modem. So, next time you see a headline about a government website going offline or an airport app crashing, remember, it might not just be a glitch. It could be another chapter in the story of Killnet, the cyber warriors who turned the internet into their battlefield. Because in this new age of digital warfare, one thing is certain: you don't need to see the soldiers to know the war has already begun. However, knowing what you now know about Killnet and considering moral conduct and the various aspects that align with ethical behavior, do you think their actions are justified by what they did? If you were in their shoes, would you have done the same for your country? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next story behind the mask.